But again, this will be a tight match. It was a wonderful win for Barcelona in the house of horrors that is the Anoeta, and they came through that battle. But these lads and lasses in the blue and white, they believe that they can repeat and pull off another shocker of a Copa del Rey match. Messi is in charge. He says, yep, bring it on. Silesen in between the sticks. He's been very good in replacing Ter Stegen, and of course the great Gerard Piqué, a welcome sight back in the back line. Get ready to rock and roll. This should be a crackerjack of a football match as the can rings out. Sing it, Phil!
Juan Martinez moved away to the man with the ball in hand. The referee.
Get ready to rock and roll. This should be a crackerjack of a football match as the can rings out. Sing it!
You could be speaking Geordie, I'm not exactly sure, but quite emotional. Real Sociedad in those white warm-ups. You could be speaking Geordie, I'm not exactly. Chilly night, temperature in the upper 40s. Humidity up there as well, plus a light breeze from the north. Not exactly a full stadium, but if you can't find a seat there, feel free to stick in the one that you have found.
It's got to be a great nightlife going on in Barcelona tonight to be turned away from this lineup and against this team of Sociedad. This should be a great game, Phil.
Well, everyone might be at Sagrada Familia with the rosary beads. You never know after Real Madrid yesterday. See Mascherano, Denis Suarez is going to have to assume a lot of the playmaking responsibility today. And it is MSN up front. That might be the biggest surprise.
It really, there's no massaging of the big boys up top. The vaunted trident of MSN is kept in place by Lucho and the captain there, Xavi Prieto, a one-club man, a youth product of Sociedad, and a wonderful inspiration to his team. They're going to need him.
Geronimo Rui, you could say the one good thing that David Moyes did, sticking the young Argentine in net. Yuri facing suspension on the weekend, back in action today. They are missing Mikel, who is on the bench today. Turutuza and Iaramendi anchoring with Prieto pulling the strings. And Oyarzabal, the 19-year-old, with Vela on the other flank, and the big Brazilian up front, William José. Las Palmas last year, and expected to see even a little bit more, but maybe tonight is the night. Mr. Martinez gets us started, and that one man in the middle with the new rules in place swings it back, and Barcelona plays it all the way back to Silesen. Marc-Andre Ter Stegen getting the day off today. The backup goalkeeper Jordi Masip back to Rui, launching it long. Sergio Roberto heading it down the line. Barca in their Blaugrana, the red and blue, and the blue and white stripes of Real Sociedad, moving from the right to the left. Phil Shane and Ray Hudson with you. 1-0 in the first leg at Donostia, and winning at Anoeta, not something that happens frequently for Barcelona. So many are looking at that, Ray, as a potential turning point in their season. Well,
it was such a very finely balanced game and a real battleground. Sociedad really showed up that night, got in the faces of Barcelona. I think that's what pleased a lot of Barcelona fans as much as the Barcelona's type of football. They were resilient in the face of the anger of the Basque boys. Look out.
Cross deflected, doesn't go out, but it makes for an interesting spin that the Dutch keeper able to hold on to.
Some good confidence boosters for Barcelona players as well. Denis Suarez and Andre Gomes getting the start on each side of Mascherano, holding that defensive position in front of the back four. It shows Umtiti and Piqué. A new variation in the centre of defence. That's a good ball.
Messi in the middle, held up. Iaramendi.
This is the type of game that Sociedad brought in the first leg. Every time they'd be making it a fragmented game, clipping players, rotating their fouls. They did it smartly, but man, it was a contentious game.
By the way, not to open up a can of worms, but that was one of the potential changes to the game Marco van Basten was talking about. As you point out, a modern tactic is to pass fouls off to try and avoid yellow cards. And Van Basten said almost an NBA-like foul count.
Yeah.
And when you have someone like Messi, sometimes that is the only way to contain him.
Well, the game's changing. There's been a lot of cleaning up to protect the artists of the game, and it continues. That's a good touch away from long-legged Spider-Man Piqué.
Something also of note for Barcelona, Piqué about to turn 30 in a little over a week's time. Luis Suarez turned 30 just a couple of days ago.
Messi as well, coming in June on Roman Riquelme's birthday, of course.
Driving it in, Iaramendi deflected into the air, flicked on out wide, no chance for Yuri. Good hustle by Suarez. Is Barcelona getting old, Ray?
I think he's looking calm. He says he's gotten older over the last couple of years as well. It might be his last season, Luis Enrique. That's to be played out. But certainly the wonderful addition of Barcelona is starting to mature. That's a good ball.
Out wide, Gomes. Neymar tried to get a little too tricky.
Nice ball from Andre Gomes. It doesn't look like much, but he had already recognised the pass out wide for Neymar after a good couple of connected passes. Of late, Andre Gomes has really showed up well in the early parts of his game. Still really bedding down. Still haven't found an absolute position for him, but they're playing him in his strongest position here today. He's been noted to be a box-to-box midfield player. We'll see what he's got tonight. Lovely touch.
Nice from Mascherano, in for Suarez.
They go into the traffic.
Messi dispossessed, though, as it's stripped from his right foot. Xavi, who just turned 37, speaking of birthdays, some nice things to say about Denis Suarez. Good hustle by Neymar, but can't keep it in.
His spin is so gyrating that even when he gets his touch, that spin takes it out. Unlucky.
Xavi was saying that Suarez is the next great midfielder.
I think he's an extremely good footballer. That's a high compliment from the ex-man, Phil. And I'm not so sure he should be giving that to the burden of getting his big thumbs up, as nice as it is. But a compliment like that from the great Xavi for Denis Suarez, it's wonderful to hear as a young boy, but can he live up to it?
Piqué brave. Here's Suarez coming back.
It's a great ball.
Slots it in.
Makes me eat my words. Well played, Denis.
And Luis Suarez plays it back from TT, but his pass
target
misses Gomes, and a chance for Sociedad.
Lovely makeup from Samuel.
Big Cameroonian stepping up. Born in Yaoundé, naturalized French international. 4 caps to his name.
Good play.
Gomes. A little soft, stolen away from Neymar. Good reach in by Elustando.
Mascherano, of course, very much at home in that position.